Hello everyone and welcome to Trojan Stadium in Beloit, Kansas for the 22nd annual 8-man All-Star Football Games. As we watch the players from both squads warm up on the field, I would like to take time to thank the Kansas 8-Man Football Association, the Beloit Rotary Club, and the Beloit Knights of Columbus for sponsoring today's games. I would also like to thank all of the volunteers who put in long hours to make these games possible. It takes a very coordinated effort to make this event a reality, and everyone involved deserves recognition for a job well done. This morning's Division II game and the afternoon Division I game provide the ideal venue for showcasing the talent of outstanding seniors playing the 8-man game throughout the state of Kansas, with many of the players in today's games going on to take up the challenge of collegiate football. So at this time, let's meet the players, starting with the East All-Stars. Number 1 is Nick Pounds from Sylvan Unified, 5'8", 170 pounds, center, cornerback, and linebacker. Number 5 is Aaron Feldkamp from Bern, 5'10", 160 pounds, quarterback and safety. Adam Falcon is number 7 from Sylvan Unified, 5'7", 150, quarterback. Sean Reneke is number 10 from Axtell, 6'1", 180 pounds, running back, defensive back. Number 11 is Tanner Anderson from Hope, 6'1", 175 pounds, quarterback, defensive back. Jason Coombs is number 12 from St. Paul, 6'5", 170, tight end, defensive end. Craig Simon is number 20 from Argonia, 6'1", 185, running back, defensive back. Lance Bruce is number 22 from Argonia, 6'1", 190, quarterback, linebacker. Jared Woody is number 23 from Tescott, 5'8", 145, offensive end. Number 29 is Travis Schulte from Baileyville, 6', 170, linebacker and kicker. Number 31 is Nick Hargrave from Blue Valley, 5'8", 180, running back, linebacker. 33 is Kip Stout from Cedarville, 6', 216, offensive line, defensive line. Number 34 is Adam Badger from Rock Hills, 6', 215 pounds, fullback, linebacker. Number 40 is Matt Coombs from St. Paul, 5'10", 200 pounds, running back, linebacker. Number 42 is Mark Hogg from Baileyville, 6'1", 205 pounds, defensive line, offensive line. Number 56 is Jeffrey Edelma from Bern, 5'10", 185, guard, defensive end. Logan Worthy is number 66 from Blue Valley, 6'1", 210, defensive end. Dylan Stew is number 87 from Axtell, 6', 165 pounds, tight end, defensive back. Chris McMahon is number 91 from Hope, 6'3", 205 pounds, offensive end, defensive end. Chad Modlin is number 99 from Rock Hills, 6'3", 265 pounds, offensive guard, defensive line. The head coach for the East All-Stars is Mike Weatherman from Sylvan Grove. His assistant coaches are Jeff Hazlitt from Argonia and Lance Rod from Cedarville. And now the West Squad. Number 4 is Jeremiah Williams from Haviland, 6'1", 165, offensive end, safety. Number 6 is Eric Grob from Tri-Plains, 6'1", 170, quarterback. Andrew Starnes is number 7 from Brewster, 6'2", 190, linebacker, running back. Andrew Logan is number 9 from Haviland, 6', 150 pounds, linebacker. Number 15 is Cody Von Lentel from Victoria, 5'9", 160, quarterback, defensive back. Number 20 is Levi Homier from Wilson, 5'9", 200 pounds, offensive guard, defensive line. Number 21 is Jared Pfeiffer from Victoria, 5'10", 175, linebacker. Number 22 is Michael Reimer from Ashland, 6', 180 pounds, tailback. Eric Belisle is number 23 from Palco, 6', 170, offensive end, linebacker. Number 24 is Jared Weber from Fowler, 5'9", 130 pounds, defensive back. Number 25 is Jacob Lease from Fowler, 6'3", 200 pounds, defensive end. Travis Desbian is number 31 from Palco, 5'11", 180, running back, linebacker. 34 is Tanner Yost from Mineola, 6'5", 220 pounds, and end. Number 40 is Ryan Stevenson from Golden Plains, 5'5", 140, running back, linebacker. Adam Ziegler is number 48 from Natoma, 6'1", 215 pounds, defensive line, center. Number 55 is Brian Gerber from Ingalls, 6', 200 pounds, linebacker, running back. 58 is Donald Lowe from Eastern Heights, 6', 185, offensive end, defensive back. Number 70 is Tim McElroy from Logan, 6'1", 270 pounds, offensive line, defensive line. Number 81 is Tyler Masters from Natoma, 6'2", 170 pounds, wide receiver. Number 82 is Jess Medina from Mineola, 5'11", 205 pounds, defensive line. The head coach for the West All-Stars is Jason Fawcett from Fowler. His assistants are Doug Oberle from Victoria and Bo Sheets from Brewster Triplanes. Down on the field, the coin toss has been completed, and the East All-Stars wearing gold will kick off to the West All-Stars wearing green. And now for the play-by-play, let's go to John Swanson of KVSV Radio. Take it away, John.
This is John Swanson along with Jay Rao. Also on the crew today, Aaron Rudd will be reporting from the sidelines, as well as Mike Schrant and Don Melby. Hard to believe, Jay, this is the 22nd annual 8-Man All-Star Football Games, and we were just talking this morning. This is the 7th year that we've done 2 games, and it has really been a ball game. You would think maybe you're at a Notre Dame scrimmage, because it's green and gold. The West is green, the East is gold. The gold will kick off from right to left. Nice wind today, but the good thing about this stadium, Jay, is it's normally a crosswind.
It's normally a crosswind and lots of trees around, so it's usually not as big a factor, and just an absolutely gorgeous day for this 8-man D2 All-Star Game.
All right, Travis Schulte of Baileyville B&B with the boot, and we're underway in the 8-man 2 game. Back there is Andrew Starnes of Brewster. Bobbles the ball, fumbles it a little bit, and is down at the 4-yard line. Actually, that is Jeremiah Williams of Haviland. And got a 4 mixed up with a 7 there. So they swarm Williams of Haviland, and the West will start at their own 4-yard line. So not probably exactly where Coach Fawcett would like to start his first drive.
No, Reineke and Simon were both right there, and when he bobbled it, he almost stepped back into the end zone, and at that point tried to get going, but he didn't even make it out to the 5.
Cody Von Lintel of Victoria from the state champs will be the quarterback. Doug Oberle of Victoria running the offense, and now takes the ball from scrimmage and is tackled for a loss. Good job there by number 22, Lane Bruce of Argonia.
And Lane Bruce and Jeffrey Edelman were both right there and stuffed that option. You know, the quarterback has the option to hand off or keep it and pitch, and they just swarmed all 3 of them. He had nowhere to go with it.
The backs in there, Tanner Yost of Minneapolis and Brian Gerber of Ingalls. The 2-back set behind the quarterback, Von Little. He'll roll to his right. He'll float one out there. It's got a man, complete, and down for a first down at the 30-yard line. That's number 23, Eric Belisle of Pelco.
Well, and you used great words there. He floated it out there. He knew he had his receiver wide open. Belisle had a good step, 2 steps on his defender, and so he made sure that he put a ball out there that only he could catch. He didn't throw it as a rope that was maybe going to be overthrown, and that got them out of a whale of a hole, because now they're up past the 30-yard line.
I talked to Eric Belisle during the week, and he said, we're going to throw a little bit.
Yep.
He was hoping they would, because he's an end.
That's right. They get tired of only knocking heads and blocking.
1st and 10, ends in tight. Here's the handoff to the second back through. That's number 31, Travis Davian of Pelco. And Travis is across to the 35-yard line. A nice gain on first down. So being up about a 2nd and 4 for the West, working left to right.
Great second effort on his part. Aaron Feldkamp from Bern had him wrapped up for maybe even a 1-yard loss, and he was finally able to struggle away from that, and then did a nice job to pick up 5.5 yards.
So 2nd down and 4 for the West on this first possession of the 8-man 2 game. There's the East kicked off, and the West started on their own 4, but they moved it to the 35-yard line. Quarterback keeper on the option for a no gain on the left side.
Logan Huerty from Blue Valley was right there. The quarterback faked the handoff on that option, and he did not bite on it. He stayed with his assignment, which was the quarterback, and was able to bring him down before he could pitch the ball. And just a slight gain of maybe a yard on the play.
So 3rd down and 3 for the West. Von Little is the quarterback. The deep back is Pelco's Travis Dabian. And they give it to the fullback, the first man through. And he stopped right at the line of scrimmage there. And that was number 55, Brian Gerber of Ingalls, on the carry. So it's going to bring up a 4th and 3 for the West.
And Matt Coombs there once again was right there to do his assignment. When you're playing against an option team, the defense has to be assignment sound. Each person has to take their portion. They can't bite on fakes. And that time the East squad a great job of stopping him.
Tanner Anderson of Hope will go back and receive the punt. And here's the boot from Eric Grobe of Tri-Plains. Anderson's going to let it bounce at the 12. And that's about where it's going to stay, at about the 12-yard line. It is down by the West. This is KVSV, AM and FM in Beloit, Kansas. So one possession here in the Kansas 8-man All-Star football game, the 8-man 2 division game. And good job by the East. They gave up a pass play for a first down, but they tightened up after that.
Tightened up really well. They gave up that 5.5-yard run on first down, and after that didn't give them anything, and now they get to take over after the punt.
Well, 1st and 10 for the East. They'll take over at the 12. Adam Falcon of Sylvan Unified is the quarterback, and you think we'll see any Sylvan option today?
Do believe. You know, both of these teams have their have the head coach, his own quarterback, running the offense, and especially when you only get a 1-week time to put your offense in, that is so helpful when you have somebody familiar with your format running the show.
And a 3-yard gain there by Craig Simon of Argonia on the pitch to the left side. And that's one of the phases of the option you'll see today. You'll see the quarterback keep it. You'll see the quarterback stick it in the fullback's gut, and sometimes hand it off to him. You'll see the pitch as well.
Yeah, Falcon's got so much quickness that that really makes that quarterback keep a viable threat.
And there's Craig Simon of Argonia again for maybe a gain of 1. We'll see how much they move the chains. That's going to be 3rd down. Oh, more than that. 3rd down and about 5. 8:12 to go in this first quarter. West had a possession, got a first down, and then had to punt. And this is the East first possession, facing a 3rd down and about 5 here.
You know, both teams sticking to the option tradition. When you are an option team, early in the game, you do an awful lot of pound that fullback. Get those teams thinking inside conscious, and that really opens up the rest of the ball game.
Adam Falcon, a quarterback, back to pass, has a man over the middle, incomplete. A little bit too high. Good job by the defender there, Jeremiah Williams of Haviland. That was intended for big Cass McMahon of Hope. He's 6'3", 205. He almost looks bigger than that.
He did. He got into the open part right in the middle, and he settled really well, and Adam misread that. Adam thought he was going to continue on his route, so he threw it, and it was very fortunate it didn't get picked off, because the receiver did settle into a wide open spot that would have been a first down.
So each team having to punt here. And here's the punt from the East squad.
Punter was number 56, Jeffrey Edelman.
Jeffrey Edelman of Burns punt goes out of bounds at the 30. Not a long punt, but not a return either.
No, so no return.
And an 8-man, that can be a pretty good weapon if you can kick it out of bounds. Let's say if you can get a 30-yard punt with no return, that's a pretty good weapon, an 8-man.
Well, both teams on their punts, you could tell they were not really keen on the idea of the returner having a shot at it, because like you said, an 8-man where you've got fewer people out there, and that speed becomes so critical in those kind of plays.
Von Little of Victoria is the quarterback. 1st and 10, ball at the 32-yard line. This is Davian of Pelco running the left side, and he's going to have a short gain. He'll bring up about a 2nd and 8.
The defenses right now are really playing the option well, and especially where both teams know that's what they're going to be facing, why it makes it a little bit easier to prepare. But the idea of the option is you keep pounding them, keep pounding them, keep pounding them, and all of a sudden some things start to break open for you. And when they do, now you see whether the defense is disciplined enough to stay with their assignments.
2nd down and 8, 7:10 to go first quarter. We're scoreless. The West second possession. Back to pass as Cody Von Little has a man, caught it at the 33-yard line of the East. East. That's number 34 for the West. Tanner Yost and Minneola, kind of an outstretched diving catch on the sideline.
Great. He had a one-step advantage over the defender, and again the quarterback put it where only he had the chance to catch it, but that was a tremendous catch. He really had to stretch out for that and was able to catch the ball and then tuck it away as he hit the ground so that it didn't get jarred loose.
Yeah, Tanner goes 6'5", 220. He needed all that 6'5" to stretch out and get that. Von Little to the fullback, first man through. A short gain, getting down close to the 30-yard line is Brian Gerber of Ingalls. Brian's a pretty good-sized kid. He goes 6 feet 200. Second down at about 6 as the West with the best penetration so far. They're down to the 31-yard line of the East.
Well, they've used the pass effectively both times. The pass from down at the 5-yard line gave them some field position, which let the game be played on the western half of the field. And now by forcing the punt and taking over on the 30, they start out with good field position and use the pass to improve on that again.
Second down, we'll call it 7 for the West. Hand off to Gerber again from Ingalls. Boy, rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. He's close to a first down, and that was just super effort by Gerber, because they about had him down, and he fell forward for a couple yards.
They did. That's the second time we've seen the back really work hard after initial contact. Again, looked like he was going to be held up near the line of scrimmage and just kept working at it, and finally broke free just a little bit and was able to just dive and picked up now where it's just 3rd and a long one.
5:35 to go in this first quarter of the Kansas 8-man 2 All-Star Game. Third down and short from the 25 of the East. Gerber again of Ingalls for a 5-yard gain and a first down. And my dad always used to say, if it ain't broke, you don't fix it. And that dive up the middle to the fullback is working well.
And he smacked into a couple of defenders and kind of knocked them back on their heels and kept right on it going. Finally, 4 guys came to corral him, but he looks like he spent some time out at that Ingalls feedlot going one-on-one with some big steers.
Well, they got him listed as 6 feet 200, and he just looks bigger than that.
He looks bigger in both aspects, both height and weight as well. So
he might be able to keep up with us at a buffet. I don't know.
Not a chance.
No, okay. Let's not get carried away here.
No.
First and 10 for the West. They're at the East 21-yard line here. 4:54 to go in this first quarter. So far, we've had 2 possessions this is the second possession for the West. They had the punt on their first one, and so did the East. Timeout on the field here. 4:54 to go in this first quarter of play. The West with the deepest penetration so far. They'll have a first and 10 when we resume here at the East 21-yard line. So here we go. We're back in play, and the West will have it at the 21-yard line of the East. There's Gerber of Ingalls straight up the gut again for an 8-yard gain. He's down to about the 12, and right now the East just does not have an answer for him.
No, they're getting a great hole at the line of scrimmage right now, and he is able to get into that linebacker set, and then that time made a nice little quick cut to his right, just about 2 yards, but that took the defender off of a good angle for him, and he was able to pretty much just run over him. That may have been what he had in mind. He may have there's a defender there. I will run over him.
Second down and 2. Ball at the 12. They need to get to the 10-yard line. 4:18 to go first quarter. We're scoreless, but the West on the move. There's Gerber again, this time bottled up pretty good. Good line play there by number 66, Logan Weirdy of Blue Valley.
Was able to pick up the first down, though, as he got almost down to the 10-yard line. And again, second effort, nice contact, really close to the first down marker, and he was able to lunge and pick up those extra yards. So now first and 10, just outside the 10-yard line. They could pick up a first down without scoring, but in effect they need to go close to 11 yards for the touchdown.
Well, that's what's funny, Jay, about a back like Gerber from Ingalls, pretty big kid. It's kind of deceptive. Even when you think you got him stopped, he falls forward and gets a yard or two.
Yeah, he's a big, strong kid, and he runs leaning forward. He is always heading downhill.
And the good backs fall forward.
Yeah, that's right.
First and 10, back to pass. Von Little, good pressure, and he's sacked. Sacked by number 22 of the East, Lane Bruce of Argonia.
Great blitz, came right through a gap on that and was able to get on the quarterback before he could even get set up. He didn't even have a time to look for his receivers. Tried to dodge him and move to the left, but the quickness of Bruce was very evident, and he was able to take him for a big loss back to the 19-yard line.
Also on the crew today, Mike Schrant and Aaron Rudd and Don Melby. We'll be hearing from those folks on sideline interviews, and we'll get Coach Melby's impressions of the first half at halftime. 3:05 to go first quarter. The West on the move, but they got a little bit of a setback here, about a 10-yard loss. They'll have the ball just inside the East 20-yard line. Out of the shotgun is Von Little. He'll roll to his right. Throws it on the sideline, got a man, but incomplete as he was out of bounds. He actually caught the ball. That was Tyler Masters of Natoma.
Tyler had a foot on the line as he made the catch. He was trying to drag his feet, and the second one was back in the field of play. And, of course, you only have to have 1 foot down in high school and college. But the second foot had already made, the front foot had already made contact with the line. So good call by the official.
So third down and 18 to go. They need to get
down to about the 1.
Just about, yeah. They can get a first down, but, boy, they'd really be sniffing the goal line if they got that first down, because they'd be really, really close. So third down and 18. The ball at the 19-yard line, just inside the 20. Out of the shotgun is Von Lindell. He has it. Good snap. He'll air it out. He's got a man out there. And
great.
Caught for the touchdown. And I believe that's number 34, Tanner Yost of Mineola.
Great catch. Looking back over the inside, but the quarterback threw it to the outside, and again, that was one of those throw it away from the defender, and he made a great turn and catch on that ball. But it looks like there's a penalty that's going to be called on the West, so this is not going to be allowed.
Nope. So forget that. I didn't see the indication, but a penalty on the West is going to move it back to the 24-yard line.
Illegal shift on that play, and so the call will be brought back, and that's just going to make it a little bit tougher. Just a great pass. Good blitz by the East squad, and it looked like that Bruce was going to get him again, but the back stepped over and was able to knock him away at the last moment to allow that pass to be thrown and caught. But unfortunately for the West squad, it won't be allowed because of the penalty.
Like these receivers on the West. Of course, Yost is a big target, and Eric Belisle from Pelco looked like he's certainly able to catch everything his way. And Von Little hands it off, and he's snuffed in the backfield. He hands it off to number 31, Travis Davian of Pelco, and a loss there. So, gosh, the West getting pushed back here.
They were trying to run that draw play that is so effective, but Matt Coombs was having none of it. He sniffed that out and was able to nail him for still another loss. So they're clear back to the 26-yard line. Remember, they have to go to the 1 to be able to get the first down. So we got fourth and an awful long ways to go for either the first down or the touchdown.
But this is 8-man football, so you go for it on fourth down. So they need to get inside the 1, as Jay said. They'll snap it at the 20, about the 26-yard line. Back to pass, Von Little. And he's sacked, chased down there by number 40, Matt Coombs of St. Paul. 2
great plays in a row, and again, the quickness of 8-man that is so evident with these players. Quarterback once again tried to dodge him, and he went right with him and was able to throw him clear back at the 36-yard line, where the East now takes over the ball.
And what a defensive series for the East, because the West looked like they had a touchdown, and they were 18 yards away from a touchdown, and now the East had pushed back the West, and will end up the ball on the 36.
Yep, a long ways back.
So 1st and 10 for the East. Out of the shotgun is Falcon. Here's the handoff to number 20, and he's going to get thrown for a loss and a penalty flag. That's Craig Simon of Argonia. There will be a penalty.
There's a flag on the play.
So we'll see what the indication is.
We got an illegal use of the hand, so the play was a loss anyway. He was stuffed up at the line, and then he tried to double back and pick up some yards, and he wound up losing about 5 in the process, and that's where the hold took place as well. So it backs him up from there, takes him clear back to the 20.
All right, so the penalty will take him will take him back to the 20. And tell you what, after this play, we'll send it down to the field because it looks like Aaron has rounded up Matt Coombs of St. Paul, who had those 2 standout defensive plays. We'll get this play, and then we'll send it down to Aaron here. Here's Falcon. Falcon will keep it himself and run almost for a first down as he's up across the 35-yard line. We'll send it down to Aaron now as he has Matt Coombs of St. Paul. Aaron?
Yeah, thanks, John. Sitting here with Matt, and looks like the defense was bending a little bit, but you guys didn't break out there, and you got him on a couple stunts there from the linebacker spot there.
Yeah, we stunted our linebackers, and we just opened up, and we just came around and got the ball, and it was just open from there. So, I mean, we stunted, and it worked out, so it's all worked out in the long run.
Yeah, you come up with 2 big sacks on the last 2 possessions there, get the ball back in your team's hands.
Yeah, it just stunted and opened up, and nobody was there to block, so I mean, we end up with the right stunt at the right time, so pretty much goes out to our stunning game and everything.
All right, thanks a lot, man. Good luck to you.
All right, that's Matt Coombs of St. Paul with Aaron down on the sideline. In the meantime, quarterback keeper by Adam Falcon has it 3rd and 1. He had a short gain, so 3rd and 1 for the East 2 squad here. Ball at the 34-yard line, working right to left. 37 seconds to go in this first quarter of play. Here's the pass, incomplete, and that time they brought in Tanner Anderson of Hope to throw that pass. So Tanner Anderson in there at quarterback.
Well, Tanner has a lot more height, especially. Adams, how should we say, built fairly close to the ground. And,
right.
And so against some of these taller defensive linemen, they bring in Anderson, and he's just a little too high on the throw. Had a man out there, but a little too much height.
All right, so 4th down, and here's another punt. Good boot there by number 56, Jeffrey Edelman of Bern, and it's out of bounds at the 15-yard line. So, again, Edelman gets a punt off. Not necessarily the longest in the world, but no return.
No, and it's inside the 20-yard line down to about the 17, so very effective punt. That's where the West will set up once again. Not the best of field position, but a lot better than when they started the ball game at the 5.
Yeah, right. It's an improvement from that. So 1st and 10 for the West. They'll have the ball at the 17-yard line, their own. The quarterback is Cody Von Lintel of Victoria. 22 seconds to go, first quarter. Handoff up the gut. Good defensive play there by number 31, Nick Hargrave of Blue Valley. It's either a no gain or a loss. I don't think he gained much. Oh, well, more than I thought, about a yard.
The last time the West had the ball, they had a almost 6-minute drive that was 12 plays, but were not able to punch it in the end zone as they had first down at the 11. But East stiffened at that point. Now we'll see what they can do with it on this drive.
And that's the gun for the first quarter. So our score after a couple of possessions is West nothing and East nothing. We're scoreless after a quarter of play. All right, John and Jay back at the 8-man 2 All-Star Game. Cody Von Little of Victoria. Here's it out. He's got a man. It's picked off. Good coverage there by number 11, Tanner Anderson of Hope. And there you see some of the athletes we have in this game, Jay. We just saw Tanner at quarterback, and now he's a defensive back making the pick.
Oh, that was great coverage. Yost was out there, and the pass looked to be right on target. But Anderson was running right with him almost step for step, had his eye on that the whole way, and was able to go up and bring it down. And now the East with good field position at close to the 30-yard line.
Here's Falcon on 1st and 10. Quarterback keeper to the right. He's going to gain a couple of yards. He'll have it close to the 30-yard line. I kidded Coach Weatherman when he first got to camp. I said, what are the chances we'll see a little Sylvan option? I said, you'll see a lot of Sylvan option, and you'll also see the Sylvan spread game, too.
And they're doing that with Falcon taking the direct snap. He's got some wideouts out there, and that gives him a lot of movement, and yet he can still run his option off of that because he's got that wing just setting over a little bit to his left.
And he's got receivers split out to either side, and now Falcon straight ahead. is going to get up close to the 30.
Stop made by number
But not much of a gain of less than 1. 11-10 to go first quarter. We're scoreless, West and the East. Kansas 8-man All-Star football games. This is the Division II game. We'll have the 8-man 1 game this afternoon, 1:30 pregame.
Pretty much no gain on that play, but again, most coaches, when they run the option offense, like to keep pounding the inside early in the ball game to get the other team inside oriented, and that really opens up then your outside game and your passing game.
And still split out. Tanner Anderson of Hope in there at quarterback. And one of the linemen moved.
Well, that was the running back that was in motion, coming across, and he turned up and headed upfield. He was headed for the Glen Elder Lake, I think.
And that caused the guards to move from their position.
That's right.
And
they're raising up going, what's going on here?
Everybody moved, and that'll be a penalty on the East, set them back 5. You know, we always talk, Jay, about in a short camp situation like this, the defense is ahead of the offense. Yep. But, you know, these kids are the best of the best, and they catch up so quick.
Well, and those offenses anymore are so popular that a lot of the kids have run them, so it's not that foreign to them when they come into these settings.
3rd down and 14, man in motion. That's Craig Simon of Argonia. Back to pass. Anderson floats one out there. He's got a man. It's complete at the 35 and hauled out of bounds is Big Cass McMahon of Hope. And he'll have it across midfield for the East.
That was a 23-yard gain. A great pattern on his part. Gave that post move to the inside, and then all of a sudden broke it back to the outside. And he had a good 3 steps on his defender, and just a great pass to him. Picked up the first down very comfortably, and now they're inside the West territory at the 33-yard line.
So 1st and 10 for the East. Falcon back in there at quarterback as Coach Weatherman rotating Anderson of Hope and his quarterback from Sylvan. Here's the handoff straight up the gut. They're close to the 30-yard line. And that was number 20, Craig Simon of Argonia on the carry. So Simon will have it right at the 30-yard line. So he'll bring up a 2nd down and 7.
That was the initial first down by the East squad in the contest. Their 2 previous possessions were both 3-and-outs.
9:55 to go first quarter. West and the East scoreless in this one. Falcon of Sylvan on the move. He'll pitch to his back. He's got it at the 30, at the 25-yard line, and inside to about the 23. That's Sean Reinecke of Axtell.
Boy, he found himself a little defensive back out there and lowered his head.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the defensive back was able to get still down underneath him, able to trip up the legs, but picked up some big yards.
Reinecke 6'1", 180. He looks like he spent a little time in the weight room.
Yep.
1st and 10. Ball at the 23. Here's Reinecke. Breaks the tackle. Oh, and then slips. How often do you see that happen? You break the tackle and you think, oh, you're gonna get out in the daylight, and then he slipped on the next cut, and it'd be a no gain. 2nd down and 10 for the East.
Yeah, it looked like he might have had some yards there as he made that cut, because he had got by the first wave, but feet went right out from under him.
2nd down and 10 for the East. They'll have the ball at the 23-yard line. Working their way left to right. 9:11 to go in this first half of play. And Falcon is snuffed there at the 25-yard line. Did he lose the ball?
He
did. Ball was on the ground. Recovered by the West.
2 defenders right there. One took care of separating Falcon from the football and stayed with Falcon, which didn't allow Adam to get back to the ball. And the other defender, I believe that was Andrew Logan from Haviland, is the one that recovered the fumble.
Well, I was just looking back in the records here. Of course, we have a scoreless game with 9:03 to go in the second. Back in 2005, we had in the Division I game, that was a 12-6 game. Not saying this one will turn out that way, but a defensive struggle so far.
You bet. Both teams doing a great job on the other team's offense. The only movement has pretty much been through the forward pass. Both of them have had some success doing that.
We'll take a timeout. 9:03 to go. West and East scoreless in the 8-man 2 division game from the Kansas 8-man All-Star football games. All right, John Swanson, Jay Rao on KVSV, AM at FM in Beloit, Kansas. Here's the handoff. On the right side, a short gain there by number 31, Travis Dabian of Pelco.
Once again, Matt Coombs right there to force the issue. The running back kept bopping to the outside trying to find some room, but he just kept getting hit by waves of the East defenders. East is flying to the ball very well, and while the West has been able to pick up some yards, they haven't been able to punch it into the end zone yet.
After this play, we'll send it down to Aaron as he'll have a sideline interview. Back to pass and knocked away, incomplete. Looks like Aaron has Jared Pfeiffer of Victoria. We'll send it down to Aaron. Aaron?
Yeah, that's right, John. Here with Jared, and you know, so far a game of defense, and your guys' defense has come up huge. You come in there and get in the backfield, knock the fumble loose for your teammate. Talk about the defense a little bit for me.
No, they like to spread out, so we're switching most every play, and then once they go double tie, we just stick to our base defense, and we're good at running it. So,
does the coaches give you a free rein to get in there and go wild in the backfield whenever you want?
Yeah, if I can get in there.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, well, you got to like the sound of that, Jay. Free rein to go nuts in the backfield. That was Jared Pfeiffer of Victoria on the state champs. Back to pass, it's complete. A nice pass there by Eric Grobe of Tri-Plains in there at quarterback now. And he hit number 81, Tyler Masters of Natoma.
That was a great pass. He had a man open on the last pass, but it was knocked down at the line of scrimmage by a defensive lineman. But that time they broke him to the outside on the far side, and that was just a laser of a throw. That was just a great toss. Again, doing a great job of throwing it where only the receiver has a chance to catch it away from the defender, and picks up the first down to the 36-yard line.
And a 1st and 10 for the West. Working right to left. There's a handoff on the left side. And a short gain there. The ball carrier number 31 for the West. That's Travis Dabian of Palco. Nice job by our interview crew, Mike Schrant and Aaron Rutten. We're really working them hard. They've already gone sideline to sideline, Jay.
Sideline to sideline, and getting some good movement in right now.
2nd down, and we'll call it 8 for the West. The ball resting just outside the East 35-yard line. They need to get it down to almost the 25 to about the 26-yard line. Back to pass is Grove of Tri-Plains. Flag down. His pass is knocked away by Nick Pounds of Sylvan Unified. And where that flag is thrown, that looks like a hold. We'll see what it is.
And it was a very obvious one. Again, Matt Coombs, who has had a great game, he's been a real thorn in the side the whole ball game. And he was putting some pressure on the quarterback. We've already seen him have a couple of sacks, and that time they just grabbed him by the jersey and spun him clear around. So that wasn't a real hard call on the official's part.
Well, and that's a school that's had a lot of tradition over the years, St. Paul, where Matt Coombs is from. Doug Tuck just has a great program down there.
He does, and they have kids here, usually two, almost every year, because it is such a great program.
2nd down and a good portion of Mitchell County here. That's 2nd down and 23 for the West. 7:38 to go in the 2nd quarter. We're scoreless. Out of the shotgun is Grove of Tri-Plains. Back to pass, gets it away before he got sacked and almost picked off in a collision with the yard marker. That was number 11, Tanner Anderson of Hope. Tanner Anderson, in addition to Coombs, he's another guy that's been all over the field early here.
He has. He already has one interception and so close to another one. He was trying to keep his feet in bounds, and neither he nor the yard marker person realized the ball was right there. And as he's making contact, the yard marker guy does a great job of knocking the pass away. So.
Yeah, and I don't know if Tanner would have been in bounds as he caught that.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think he would have. 3rd down and 23 for the West. Out of the shotgun is Grove of Tri-Plains. Back to pass, and he's sacked. Great job by the defense. Nick Hargrave of Blue Valley and Matt Coombs of St. Paul.
Well, they were both right there. Hargrave making the initial contact, and then there's Coombs once again. And so you see why they were sort of resorting to holding on that couple plays ago. But he has really been a side. And as we've said, the East continually just throws waves at him in defense. They've done a good job of stopping him.
You know, a record, and I don't know if they even keep this record, but we might set a record for most punts. And here is the punt taken by Falcon at the 20. 25, veers to his left, and a penalty flag at the end of that return as he brings it up to about the 28-yard line.
Got a great block from Lane Bruce. It looked like he was going to be stopped right after the catch, and and Bruce was able to ride the defender away from him, and then Adam, a nice job of picking up good yardage after that. And a penalty now on the West as well. So may have been a face mask, I'm not sure. But that's going to move it on. He'd returned it out to about the 28. And now the ball's set up 1st and 10 at about the 33-yard line.
Yeah, so the East with good field position to start this drive. We're scoreless, 6:48 to go in the half. West and East, a defensive struggle so far here at Trojan Field in Beloit. The 22nd annual 8-man all. Straight ahead, the give is to Craig Simon of Argonia, and he's going to get the ball across the 35.
Ball carrier is number 20, Craig Simon.
Somewhere around the 37 when they,
Down,
we'll call it the 36 once they get the pile out of there.
Again, continuing to pound that inside, but both teams have had some success with the forward pass, and that's partly why. When you get those defensive backs checking that inside to see if the ball's been handed off and do we need to come up, all of a sudden they realize they're suddenly a step behind the defender, the receiver.
Adam Falcon of Sylvan, back to pass. Floats one. It's picked off. Picked off and out of bounds is number 24, Jared Weber of Fowler. And that was just really good coverage as two West players were with that East receiver, and that had to be about a perfectly thrown ball because they were right there with him.
They were right there, and Adam was being pressured, and so he wasn't really able to step into it. A lot of airtime and gave those defenders both plenty of opportunity, and they were really the only ones that had the opportunity to come away with it.
6:06 to go in the first half. This is KVSV, AM and FM in Beloit, Kansas. The 8-man one game to follow today, 1:30 pregame on KVSV. Quarterback keeper, a nice 5-yard gain there by Cody Von Little of Victoria.
Cody Von Little.
And that's where we've talked so many times already about pounding that inside. And sure enough, that was a nice fake to the fullback. That drew two defenders and a hesitation by the linebacker for that, and that allowed him to keep the ball and get the corner turned. And now as that part of your option phase comes in, now that's where all of a sudden the pitch will now start coming into play too. So that triple option is really tough to defend, and your kids really have to be assignment sound.
So 2nd down and 5 for the West. Back to pass is Von Little. He has time now. The pocket's starting to collapse, and he is brought down for a loss. And in the middle of that is number 66 for the East. That's Logan Weirdy of Blue Valley.
And that's the second or third time that we've mentioned him. And again, at the same time, Matt Coombs was coming right up in the middle as well. So they've done a very, very good job of putting some good pressure on the quarterback. He had a receiver out there, but again, because of the pressure, did not have time to really find his receivers.
3rd down and 8 for the West. 4:55 to go in this first half of play, the 8-man 2 division game, Kansas 8-man all-star football games. 3rd down and 8. Out of the shotgun is Von Little. He'll keep it himself. Run up the middle. And second effort, he might have gotten the first down. We'll see.
Close.
His knee might have been down. We'll see where they spot it. It's going to be close.
He ran into, when he made his cut, he ran into one of his own teammates who was downfield blocking, but he stayed with it, and the teammate was able to go ahead and finish out the block, and that got him right to it, and it was indeed the first down. So a nice 8-yard run by the quarterback.
Boy, that's tough at any level of football, boy. When your quarterback can scramble 8-9 yards on 3rd and 8, that's a nice weapon to have.
Yeah, a nice weapon, because that's usually the one guy in a pass situation that the other team doesn't account for from a run standpoint. You know, they're so busy in the secondary looking for receivers that if you pop free, that.
So 1st and 10 for the West. They have the ball at the 35-yard line. Oh, handoff there. Good job by the East. As that time Gerber of Ingalls was stuffed by a couple of East competitors there.
Yeah, Lane Bruce really close to the ground from Argonia. He was able to knife through and make contact right at the line of scrimmage, down low below the knees, and never let the running back really get started.
Yeah, between Bruce and Coombs, they do a pretty good job patrolling at their backer spots.
They're just very active, and they just don't get blocked. I think that's one of the keys. They're so active side to side, you just don't get a good clear shot at them.
All right, so 2nd down and 10 for the West, working from right to left. Here's Von Little. He'll keep it himself. The pitch late. And I believe that was to Davian of Pelco, but he's going to have a loss. A loss of about 1 on the sideline there.
Adam Badger from Rock Hills had the quarterback assignment on that defense, and he's the one that stayed with him and forced him to make that late pitch. And that really, he had nowhere to go either, so they had both parts of that option really stuffed well. Adam Badger with the forced pitch.
3rd down and 11 for the West. Ball at the, call it the 33-yard line of the West, working right to left. Cody Von Little, the quarterback from Victoria. 2 backs behind him. And back to pass. Good pressure, gets it off to Davian, and he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's about it. So they're going to have a 4th down and 10 at midfield. Well, actually at the 35-yard line for the West.
There was good pressure, partly because that was a screen pass, and so they were allowing him to come through, but that's more pressure than you even want to see on the screen. He really didn't have time, and the East snuffed it out. They had defenders over in that area, so even after the catch, there really wasn't a whole lot of place to go.
And here's the boot by Eric Grove of Tri-Plains. Takes a bounce and hits a West player, so it will be down at that point.
Oh, and he did not cover the ball as well early, and they could have picked it up and run with it, and even if they lose yardage, they get the ball back where he touched it, but they didn't take advantage of that rule. So
well, and probably the unfortunate thing for the West there is that ball had some bounce to it. It was gonna bounce for, I don't know, I'd say another 5 yards maybe.
At least, but instead, why, that's where it's down.
So the East will have it at the 20-yard line with a $1:46 to go in the first half. We'll have some interviews at halftime. We'll also check in with Don Melby, get his comments at the half. A screen pass is incomplete as Tanner Anderson was throwing that to Sean Reineke, and he had a little pressure on him, and I think that's what caused him to dump it off and to be a little short there.
Well, and same thing as the screen for the West just a moment ago. You expect to get some pressure with it because you do let the defenders come through. But that, because of the quickness, that was a lot more pressure, and he just had to unload it and didn't get it close to the receiver.
2nd down and 10, $1:43 to go in this second quarter, and now a penalty flag. They won't even let this play get off the ground, so that does not bode well for the offense. We'll see what it is.
Thrown by way back in the secondary, so.
Is that going to be on the defense? Oh, it is.
Yes, it is.
Oh, did somebody line up off sides?
No, I believe there's 9 guys on the field.
Oh, there are. Okay, there goes number 7 off.
That's right.
All right, there were 9 guys on the field. Well, you know, it ain't cheating unless you get caught, right?
Unless you get caught, it's a lot easier to cover all those receivers when you got extra seconds.
Well, that would help. All right, so the East gained 5 yards without a play. 2nd down and 5. Here's the pass by Anderson. 1st down on the sideline. He's got his man at the 34-yard line. That's number 91, Cass McMahon. So that'll move the chains and bring it up to the 34-yard line. So the East trying to get something going here in the last minute 38 of the first half.
Well, and once again, they are able to move the ball through the air. Both run defenses have been very solid.
Tanner Anderson of Hope is the quarterback. In motion is Craig Simon of Argonia. Middle screen to Reineke. Reineke to midfield. 35, 30,
Pass from number 11, Tanner Anderson, to number 10, Sean Reineke.
Boy, that was a great, well-designed play. They made it look like a screen to the outside and got the linebacker to move that way, and then instead it came back over the middle of center screen. He picked up 2 great blocks, and then he really showed some great speed. A big kid, the defender, the safety that had an angle, a lot smaller. Looked like he'd have the quickness. Couldn't even get over to touch him. So great play.
6-0 East. Anderson will take the snap and run it in for the 2-point conversion. So 8-0
Tanner Anderson on the 2-point conversion.
For the touchdown.
And with 1:18 remaining in the first half.
Our score is
on top,
East 8
8-0.
West 0 in this 8-man 2 Kansas All-Star football game. We'll have more from Trojan Field and Beloit after this timeout. All right, back to the 8-man 2 All-Star football game. Kansas 8-man All-Star football games, 22nd annual games, and the East 2 on the scoreboard first, 8-0 on a 46-yard screen pass from Tanner Anderson of Hope to Sean Reinecke of Axtell, and then Anderson put in the 2-point conversion. Gee, you got a feeling the way the defense is playing that that's going to be a big play, the way the first score was going to be, and that's what happened.
Well, so many sacks and so much quarterback pressure, and they're starting to take advantage of that with those screen passes.
Taken at the 5, the kickoff, 10, 15, 20. This is Davian, to the, 29-yard line. Yeah, that was Davian of Palco, Travis Davian on the return. Pretty good return.
Yes, it was.
As he'll have it. Let's see where they end up putting it at the 29.
And he was really close. He kind of slipped when he was making a cut, but there was only one player left. They had done a great job of screening off the inside, and there was only one player left to stop him if he didn't slip.
All right, let's send it down. Looks like Aaron has gathered Sean Reinecke of Axtell. Aaron?
Yeah, John, here with Sean, and describe that play for you guys. It looked like you faked a screen outside, and then they dumped it to you in the middle.
Yeah, it worked well. Got some great blocks down the field. Didn't have to do much but run fast.
Run fast, down the field, see the daylight. Offense has struggled a little bit. Their defense looks pretty big out there, but you guys have run some plays like that, seem to pay off for you.
Yeah, they're stepping up for us. They're coming up big. Hopefully we can put some points up second half.
All right, thanks a lot, Sean.
Thank you.
All right, Sean Reinecke of Axtell has scored that touchdown for the East. The West with a no gain on that first down play. 1:08 to go here in the first half of play.
An incomplete pass to the outside, almost a nice diving catch by Tanner Yost.
Back to pass, Grove of Tri-Plains. It's out there. Oh, nice job. Actually, this time a good job by the receiver to keep Nick Pounds of the East from intercepting that ball.
You're not kidding. Pounds was right there, but Nick's only 5'8", and the receiver was Tanner Yost, who's 6'5", and Tanner did a great job of coming right over the top, but he was playing the ball, so it was not interference, but that very easily could have been an interception, and he's the one that kept that from occurring.
Well, sometimes as a receiver, you end up being a defensive back, indeed, because the best case scenario sometimes on a pass is to be able to knock it away so your man cannot intercept it.
That's right, and here they have another play now because of that.
And now a penalty, and this play will not get off the ground. It's like a procedure call against the West. Illegal motion is the call, so moves them back 5 more yards. Once again, the East defense continuing to play well and putting the West into some tough situations, and they now have them clear back to the 24-yard line, so a 3rd and 15 instead of just 3rd and 10. 3rd down and 15 for the West. 1:03 to go in this first half of play. Eric Grove of Tri-Plains is the quarterback. Has one back by him. That's Davian of Pelco. The handoff up the gut, couple yards back. Now we're inside of a minute.
A couple of linemen looked like they were going to try and take that play around the outside as they pulled some backside people to go around the corner, but the back cut it back inside, and when he did so, there was 3 defenders waiting for him.
4th down and 12. The West has the ball at their own 27-yard line, and you about have to punt here.
Oh, yeah.
Good kick by Grove. Boy, that sends Falcon back. It goes off of Falcon. Falcon will retrieve it in the end zone, so that'll just be a touchback.
Yeah, automatic touchback once that ball crosses the plane. So that got them out of a whale of a hole from the 27-yard line into the end zone. So now they have to go 60 yards as they set up 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
So 1st and 10 for the East. They lead 8-0 on that 46-yard screen pass from Tanner Anderson of Hope to Sean Reinecke via Axtell. And Anderson put in the 2-point conversion. That was with 1:18 to go in the first half. So just one. And the East will set up shop at their own 15-yard line. Tanner Anderson of Hope is the quarterback. In motion is Simon of Argonia. Back to pass.
There.
Got a man. Oh, just a little bit too long. He had Reinecke open again. And that was at about the 30.
He had his quarterback out there too after the handoff.
Right.
Sweet Ripe.
Yeah.
He went around the corner on the left side, but we talked earlier how a pass, the quarterback had done a great job of just putting some air under it, giving his receiver a chance to get to it.
Right.
That time was a frozen rope, and neither receiver had an opportunity to get to the ball.
Yeah, Simon of Argonia, the back, actually threw that pass for the quarterback, Anderson of Hope. Now Anderson back to pass again. Has a man on the sideline, and that's Craig Simon, but incomplete at the 20. Pretty good coverage there by the West. Over there, Jared Pfeiffer of Victoria was over there. So 37 seconds to go in the half. It's a 3rd down and 10 for the East.
Well, and now with 3rd down, it's going to be interesting to see, because if they throw a pass and it's incomplete,
Right.
they'd have to punt, and now the West would have an opportunity.
So if you're the East, do you run and chew up some clock here?
Well, this deep, I'm not so sure it wouldn't be a good idea to do a run.
Here's Tanner Anderson of Hope. Got a pass. Got to air it out for Falcon. And incomplete. But, boy, this is interesting. And the East pulling out all the stops. In the last couple of plays, we've seen both quarterbacks go out for passes.
Yep, that time to Falcon. Jared Weber from Fowler had great coverage on that. The pass was a little overthrown anyway, but good coverage. So now the East has to punt, and the West is still going to have over 25 seconds or so in which to try and do something as well.
And a timeout on the field. We'll step aside as well. Don't you go away. 32 seconds to go in the first half. The East 2 leading the West 2, 8-0. We'll have more action from Trojan Field on KVSV after this timeout. All right, John Swanson, Jay Rao back on KVSV, AM and FM in Beloit, Kansas. Andrew Logan is back for the West, takes it at the 40. Goes to the right, to the 35, to the 30, and down at about the 26-yard line. That's Andrew Logan of Haviland. So the West is going to be set up in pretty good shape here at about the 26 with 20 seconds to go.
It was a nice little about 13-yard return on it, and indeed does set them up in good shape. They've got 20 seconds, but that's 3 passes easily, and this time they don't have that far to go. There is a penalty flag, though, clear back on the 10.
And I believe the signal was against the East.
And, yeah, the West will definitely decline that for a couple of reasons. One is their great field position, but also if they were to take that penalty, they would have to repunt, which would just take away more seconds. So at this point, you would definitely decline it, but with the great field position, they're going to decline it anyway.
So East with the lead here, 8-0, but the West will have a chance at the end of the first half. 20 seconds to go. They'll take over on about the 26 of the East. Eric Grobe of Tri-Plains is the quarterback. Gets the shotgun snap. Airs it out. Got a man. Oh, off his fingertips and incomplete. He had Tyler Masters of Natoma. A good hit there by the East on the defense just as the ball came.
That was Nick Pounds from Sylvan Unified, and he saved the touchdown because the pass was right there and it was right on the hands. But Pounds able, even though he was slightly beat on the play, the receiver had about a step on him. He was able to make a hit right after the ball touched the hands and was able to knock it free.
Well, he was a leader on the Sylvan defense this year that went 12-1.
You bet. Yeah, defense is no stranger to the Sylvan players.
Back to passes, Grobe again. Airs it out, and I think, did he pick it off? Did he hang on to it? I'm not sure. That was Tanner Anderson of Hope.
His second interception of the game, and that kills that threat.
Yeah, he got it. I didn't know if he trapped it or not, but they said he did indeed get it. So with 10 seconds to go, the East stops the West drive.
Well, it looked like he was bobbling it a little bit on the way down, and I was same as you. I couldn't tell if he actually got his hands on it. But in true great NFL fashion, he immediately doubled his body around it so that nobody could tell. There's no instant replay here.
So I believe I would imagine the East will just kill the ball here, and that's what they do as Falcon takes a knee because they are on their own 5-yard line. And that is going to be the first half of play. So interesting first half. We did not have a score until 1:18 to go in the first half. The only score, the East leading the West by the score of 8-0. Looks like Aaron has one of the East coaches here. We'll send it down to Aaron. Aaron?
Yeah, John, here with Lance Rod, and the defense coming out strong for you guys. Made a couple big stops for you early in the game here.
Yeah, we've had a nice play. They spread the offense out a little bit, and our D-backs were breaking on the ball fairly well, and we got a couple good stops. Big stops are right there towards the end.
Yeah, and then how huge is getting that score before halftime here in the second quarter?
Well, the way both teams' defense are playing extremely well, and one of the things like this, you just hit, defenses are being aggressive, and we were able to catch them on a screen and was able to take it for 6.
All right, good luck to you in the second half, Coach.
All right, thanks.
Yeah, John, here with Bo Sheets, and defense, that's kind of the name of the game here, usually in the first half, and then the offense opens up in the second half. You guys' defense looked pretty good, just got caught once.
Oh, yeah, we got to take our hat off to both defenses. Just one play, like you said. Other than that, we're going into halftime 0-0. Both teams are playing really good on defense.
Yeah, and what's it going to take for you guys to get the offense going?
Offensively, we've had some dumb penalties. We get a 30-yard pass play taken back. I don't know how far it was. It gets called back. The touchdown gets called back for a penalty. We've had a couple bad penalties offensively. We just got to pick it up and do our jobs.
For the East, Adam Falcon, 5 rushes for 14 yards. Tanner Anderson was 2 for 7 throwing the ball, 68 yards and a touchdown. 1 fumble loss for the East. Total for the East so far, 106 total yards. For the West, 6 first downs. The East had 3, by the way. Brian Gerber of Ingalls, 9 rushes for 25 yards. Cody Von Little of Victoria, 3 for 5 passing, 41 yards and 1 interception. Eric Grove of Tri-Plains, 1 for 7, 16 yards and an interception, 74 total yards for the West. Defensively, for the Division II East squad, they're led by Nick Pounds and 3 solo tackles, 2 assists, 1 deflect. Lane Bruce of Argonia. Nick Pounds, of course, from Sylvan. Bruce of Argonia, 2 solos, 2 assists, 3 behind the line. Matt Coombs had 3 behind the line. Tanner Anderson, couple of solo tackles. For the West, Andrew Starnes had 1 solo and 3 assists. Andrew Logan, 1 solo, 2 assists. Jared Pfeiffer from Victoria, solo and 2 assists and a deflect.
So the West will be kicking off to the East.
And now a squibber is going to be fallen on by Coombs of St. Paul at the 34.
That was a neat onside attempt. It was one of those little bouncers right through the middle.
Right.
And Coombs kind of fumbled it when he first came up with it. Fortunately, able to fall back on it. But the West just about 2 yards short of recovering that.
So 1st and 10 for the East, and let's see which quarterback comes out to start the second half. Looks like it's going to be Tanner Anderson of Hope. 1st and 10 for the East. The ball at the East 34-yard line, working right to left, handoff straight up the gut. And a short gain across the 35 to about the 37-yard line is number 20, Craig Simon of Argonia.
And so even though Anderson was primarily the quarterback who threw the ball in the first half, They still open the second half with that run, making the other team aware that he's not just in here to throw the ball. Again, trying to get them inside oriented, and then see if that doesn't open it up on the outside and on the pass.
Second down and 8 for the East at the 36-yard line. Straight ahead is Matt Coombs of St. Paul, getting to run the ball a little bit here after having such a nice game as a linebacker, and he's 5'10", 200. He's a load.
Oh, he's a load. He's played linebacker and also played nose, depending on where they wanted him on that defensive set, and he bounced off of 3 or 4 people that time, able to get it down to a 3rd and 6 situation, really close to midfield.
And one of the guards out there for the, oh, look at this, big Chad Modlin. I was just going to say he's a guard. He split out to the right as a split end, 6'3", 265, and here's Falcon running to the left. And he's going to have the ball across midfield to about the 39 of the West. And boy, that is something to behold. You got big old Chad Modlin split way out to the right.
Well, I was thinking that might be a run because, first of all, Adam was the quarterback. And,
right.
But I thought maybe they'd run it to Chad's side and see if he couldn't unload on somebody coming back to it. But instead, they ran it to the weak side and brings up a 4th down just across the mid-stripe. 4th
down at about 4. Definite go-for-it type situation in 8-man football. Like I said, the rule is usually if you're inside midfield, you go for it on 4th down.
Well, and this is an all-star game. You know, it just let's have some fun and see what we can get.
And the snap back to Falcon. He runs straight ahead. I don't think he got it.
He looks short. And the West defense is celebrating, so they're going to get great field position here at about the 37-yard line to open this second half.
So the West defense holds, and the East turns the ball over on downs. So 1st and 10 for the West. Their first crack at the ball here is they'll have it 1st and 10, and they'll have it at their own 38-yard line. 10:07 to go here in this 3rd quarter of play. The East leading the West in the 8-man 2 All-Star football game, 8-0. Here's the handoff. No, a keeper. And that is the quarterback, Von Little of Victoria.
You know, nice fake on that option by both the quarterback and the runner. Runner running hard, making it look like he did indeed have the ball, and then the quarterback taking it out of his stomach and keeping it going around the quarter. Both teams, we talked about how well they played against the run in the first half. The West with only 17 yards, the East with just 26 yards. So even though the East opened up with 3 running plays, the West able to stop them and take over possession.
2nd down and 4. Handoff straight ahead. That's Gerber from Ingles. He's got a 1st down, breaking tackles, and gets down to about the 31-yard line. And boy, you just cannot tackle Gerber high. That just ain't going to happen.
No, we talked about, you know, they've got those feedlots out there, and I think he may go out there and go one-on-one with those steers. And that time, 3 different guys came up one at a time to tackle him, and he broke every one of them. And fortunately for the East, the last individual was able to hold on, because if he breaks free from that one, he may be able to go a long ways. He had a blocker out there.
So 1st and 10 for the West. They have the ball at the 32-yard line of the East. And there's Davian of Pelco running around right guard, and he'll have it down to the 25-yard line. Travis Davian of Pelco. Travis is headed to Washburn next fall, thinking about trying out for the football team.
Well, that's the 2nd straight series that they've opened with 6 yards on 1st down, and that really gives your offense a lot of flexibility and keeps the defense from really focusing on one aspect.
8:33 to go, 3rd quarter. The East leading the West 8-0, but the West on the move. There's Davian again. Good job, as looked like a man was going to have him for no gain, but he kept his legs going, and he's going to have a gain of about 3. He'll bring up a 3rd and short.
And Tanner Anderson came up to make the finishing hit, but he's coming off the field holding his arm. I don't know if it's a shoulder or down inside the wrist, but either way, that's the one that the West has relied on, the East has relied on to pass the ball, and that's not a good sign when you see him holding his passing arm coming off the field.
Makes you wonder if that's a stinger.
Yeah, that's maybe what I was wondering too, because that'll go all the way down to your fingers when you get that, and he's kind of showing that on the side that maybe is all it was.
Here's Von Little. He'll keep it himself for the 1st down. Good job by Travis running the option, and he ends up keeping it. And he'll have it down to the 20-yard line. So Cody Von Little of Victoria gets the first down for the West and keeps the drive alive as they'll have the ball at the 20 of the East. 7:44 to go in this third quarter.
Nice steady drive here, all on the ground. But it looks like both teams deciding that since the run wasn't that strong in the first half, that they really needed to focus on it here. And the West has done a very good job. That's their second first down by the run in this half.
So 1st and 10 for the West. One back behind Von Little. And one end split out to the right. That's Gerber of Ingalls, the back. He takes it. And he is taken down there. Might have gotten a yard, but boy, good job by the defense, led by number 34, Adam Badger of Rock Hills.
Adam Badger right there, and got the finishing hit by Nick Hargrave. Adam, once again, doing a great job on that perimeter of keeping that play from continuing on, and was able to make the hit for a gain of maybe 15 inches, and that's about all.
I've watched Adam Badger from Rock Hills, done three or four of his games over the years. He started ever since he was a freshman, both ways for Mankato and then Rock Hills, and he loves football, and he's going to play at Hastings.
You bet, and I think he's got a real possibility up there. They've got a great program, and I think he'll fit in very well.
2nd down and 9. Ball at the 19-yard line. Von Little fakes it, goes back to pass. Got a man on the sideline, complete. That's Gerber of Ingalls. Cuts back, close to a touchdown. He's down at the 1.
Boy, great job of keeping his feet in bounds. Looked like he was going to step out at about the 18-yard line or so, and instead was able to get himself righted, and then he's a runaway truck.
Right.
Took some defenders down to the 1.
And you know what, though? As big as he is, Gerber of Ingalls, pretty good to see him out in the open field.
Oh, he is.
He's pretty fast for a big guy.
He's got respectable speed, and of course he brings the load when he gets there. And
right.
And as you mentioned earlier, you're not going to tackle him just one-on-one if you don't get down low on him. And
he made a cutback there that was pretty impressive. The West knocking at the doors. They're inside the 1-yard line. Von Little of Victoria is the quarterback. Handoff to Gerber. Did he get in, or did his knee touch first? I think they're saying his knee touched first.
He kind of lost his footing. The East did a great job of stuffing up the line of scrimmage. There was really nowhere to go, and as he's trying to slide to the outside, he loses his footing, and no gain, so 2nd goal from the 1.
But you know what, though? I bet the West is thinking, let's see if they can stop him 2 more times.
Yeah, it's exactly.
Or 3 more times.
Or 3 more, you bet.
I mean, the odds are with him here.
Yep.
5:25 to go in the third. East leading the West in the 8-man-2 game, 8-0, but the West literally knocking at the door here. Davian and Gerber behind Von Little. Von Little is stopped on the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, they did
push
go
back.
With him. Yeah.
I thought for sure they'd go with Gerber again, and maybe that was the element of surprise.
A little bit, and because you knew the other team was looking to that, but instead he was actually thrown back for about a loss. So not a lot, but they're back at a solid 1 now instead of just at a 1 foot.
So 4:49 to go in this third quarter. East clinging to that 8-0 lead and trying to have a goal line stand here. Von Little of Victoria, the quarterback, still with Gerber and Davian behind him.
Yeah.
And this time Gerber leads the way, and Von Little in there for the touchdown.
Yeah, that was a nice option fake, and he pulled it out and went right on around it. Gerber able to throw a block in the process, and he was able to get into the end zone pretty comfortably.
So Cody Von Little of Victoria gets the touchdown to make it 8-6 in favor of the East, and now the West will try to tie it up. And the last game that Cody would have played before this one would have been the state title game.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's pretty cool. The last 2 games of your high school career, the state championship and the 8-man All-Star game.
And able to win the state as well. So
exactly. Yeah.
Big highlights.
So the West will go for 2 here. And he's back, rolls out, rolls to his left, and gets in there for the 2-point conversion. Does Cody Von Little of Victoria.
That was a great keep on his part. It was a beautiful fake to begin with, but the East reacted very well, and they had 3 guys right there, and it was going to be a question, could he take it across, or were they going to knock him out of bounds? And he was able to dive and get across the line.
So with 4:28 to go in the third quarter, the West has tied it. West 8 and the East 8 in this Kansas 8-man-2 All-Star football game. We'll have more from Trojan Field and Beloit after this timeout. All right, back at the 8-man All-Star football game, the 22nd annual 8-man All-Star football game. The kickoff is taken at the 10, 15, 20, and down at about the 23-yard line is Jared Woody of Tesket.
You'll be able to see Jared Woody several times this year, both in basketball and track as well, and quality athlete. A couple times looked like they had him stopped, and he just kept fighting, was able to get a pretty good return out to the 23.
All right, looks like Aaron and Mike have rounded up Cody Von Little of Victoria from the west, the quarterback, and we'll have Aaron talk to Cody after this play. 1st and 10 for the East. Here's Anderson, takes the shotgun snap, rounds to the left, to the 30, and knocked out of bounds. Let's send it down to Aaron. He has Cody Von Little of Victoria. Aaron?
Yeah, that's right, John, here with Cody, and you guys tie up the game. How good does that feel for your offense?
Well, it gives us a lot more confidence, just both sides of the ball. We're back in the game, so.
And set up by the big run by the other running back there.
Yeah, Gerber gave us a pretty good run, gave us a lot of spark on our offensive line, so.
And then how about that crazy move you pulled getting in there on the 2-point conversion?
I just saw him going low on me, so I went over the top, and luckily I got across.
All right, good luck to you.
All right, Cody Von Little of Victoria is still a little out of breath. You got to like that.
That's right.
Those are on-the-spot interviews, folks. 1st and 10, Tanner Anderson of Hope keeps it himself and has the ball down to the 39-yard line of the East as they're working right to left.
Well, it shows that what we were wondering about his injury was just a stinger. And it's interesting, Von Little from Victoria just takes his team down for the touchdown. They played in that state finals. Hope, here's Anderson for Hope trying to take him back the other way. So
2nd down and 7. So you've got the two quarterbacks that were in the state title game. Here's Tanner Anderson of Hope, cuts back and has a gain inside the 40-yard line, gain of about 3, so that's going to bring up a 3rd down and about 3 or 4.
Jacob Lees from Fowler was right there at that option and forced him to cut up, but a nice job by Anderson once he did cut up of picking up some good quick yards. Takes it down to about a 3rd and 4 now.
3:15 to go in the 3rd quarter. 3rd down and 4 for the East. Ball at the 38-yard line of the West. Out of the shotgun. Man in motion. That's Craig Simon of Argonia. Anderson back to pass. Has a man little bit too tall for Cass McMahon of Hope. And you know that's a pretty high-thrown ball when McMahon's 6'3", but just a little bit too tall.
Well, and that's his teammate. And there was a lot of timing on that because that ball was in the air on the foot plant and just a little bit high. It was a great pattern and a great cut. Would have been good for the 1st down. Now at the 38-yard line, just across the mid-stripe. Once again, 8-man. They're going for it here with this 4th down play.
4th down and 4. Anderson of Hope. Simon of Argonia goes in motion again. Gets the shotgun snap. This time it works to McMahon. Same play. A little quick out on the left side. And Anderson of Hope gets it to his teammate McMahon. This time he hit him in the gut.
He hit him in the gut. That's just a 1st down possession reception. He goes out where he's definitely across, plants, makes the cut, turns. There's the ball right there, and he just catches it and going to the ground so it makes sure he has the reception. And then now 1st and 10, 4 more plays.
Suppose they've done that before?
I think 2 or 3 times anyway.
1st and 10 for the East at the West 30-yard line. We're tied at 8, 2:40 to go in the 3rd. And Anderson, the quarterback option, slips, and he's going to lose about a yard. And he claps his hand together like, doggone it, I wish I could have had a mulligan on that one. But the West was right there, the defender was right there, so even if he slips, I don't think he gains that much.
No, they were closing in on that very well, and that was part of the reason he had to try and make that cut, and no gain on the play, so 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 for the East. Ball at the just outside of the 30-yard line of the West. The shotgun formation. Anderson of Hope gets the snap. Has McMahon again at the 20-yard line.
Boy, that was well defended. They had a defender both to the inside and also behind him right there. But again, as you talked about, that's where that familiarity really becomes into play, because he put that ball where McMahon was really the only one that had a shot at it. And he's a big body. was able to get that right to him before he goes out of bounds, so picks up 9 yards on that second down and 10 play.
Minute 58 to go in the third. 8-8, but the East on the move. 3rd and 1. Handoff to Simon from Argonia to the right side. First down at the 15 and down to about the 12. Craig Simon of Argonia makes the little reverse and goes on the right side, and a nice gain following his blockers.
Boy, that was looked like he might be going to get hit right at the line of scrimmage, but was able to get by that defender, and then he turned the corner, really took it down to the 12 in a hurry.
A minute 50 to go in the third quarter. We're tied at 8. Kansas 8-man All-Star football games. This is the Division II game. Taking the shotgun snap is Tanner Anderson of Hope around the left side. Stretches the football out, tries to reach the 10. He's a little bit short, going to be down to about the 11-yard line, so a short gain. Bring up second down and probably about 8. They can get a first down. They got to get down to about the 2. Minute 21 to go in the third quarter.
Been a very impressive drive here, and especially when you look at the fact the West has just scored a touchdown. Now you want to answer back and regain your lead, and it's a very impressive drive from their standpoint.
Simon of Argonia in motion again. Anderson of Hope, the quarterback. Back to pass. Over the middle. A little bit too tall for number 87, Dylan Stevie of Axtell. Dylan had a paw on it, but couldn't quite haul it in.
He was open, and the ball just wasn't caught, but because of the deflection, it really gave the West the opportunity for an interception. So the East coming away from that pretty fortunate, because when those balls get deflected, those defenders are taught to close on that ball in a hurry. They do drills for that all the time, and they have come away from that in pretty good shape, getting another play.
3rd down and 8 from the 10-yard line. The East can get a first down if they get to the 2 without getting a touchdown. Here's a little shuttle pass to the 5, and is he in there for the touchdown? He is. That's
that hand out there inside the pylon.
Sean Reineke of Axtell, his second touchdown of the day.
That was a center screen shuttle, just bring the receiver back across the middle, and he just did a little underhanded pass right to him, and he took it hard. Had a lot of defenders right at the goal line, but he dove, and even though most of his body was out of bounds, he was in midair, and he was able to take that hand with the ball in it and take it inside the pylon, and that indeed is a touchdown when you can do that.
So 14-8 now, the East with the lead on the second touchdown of the day for Sean Reineke of Axtell. Now the spread formation. Anderson of Hope going for 2. He'll quarterback draw. He's in there. Tanner Anderson makes it 16-8 in favor of the 56 seconds to go in the quarter. We'll take a break. Our score at the 8-2 Kansas 8-man All-Star football game. East 16, West 8. More from Trojan Field in Beloit after this timeout. Travis Schulte of Baileyville B&B will kick it off for the East. Travis Dabian of Pelco will receive for the West. So we've got a pair of Travises going here. Dueling Travises.
Dueling Travises, and the ball falls off the tee, so everybody's standing around.
Yeah, so that gave me the time to throw in that little ditty. That
you bet.
Here's the kickoff by Schulte. Good boot. Davian of Pelco will take it at the 3. He's to the 5. 10. Cuts to his left. 15. Another cut back. 20 and to the 22. So nice run back.
Nice run back.
For Dabian of Pelco. Dabian and Belial from Pelco, Eric Belial, are both going to Washburn. Talked to them during the week. They're both thinking about trying out for the football team.
He picked up a good block from Jared Pfeiffer from Victoria. Maybe could have been stopped down around the 10-yard line, but was able to get that block and take it clear on out to the 23-yard line. So good field position to start this drive.
Now the West turn. And Cody Von Little of Victoria, who led his team to a touchdown drive last time, in there again, keeps it himself, cuts back, going to have some room, cross the 25, and he'll have about a 2nd and 6, 40 seconds to go in the third. The East leading the West 16-8.
Well, this whole quarter has gone by very quickly because of the 2 long drives. Those 2 combined took up over 10 of the 12 minutes, so that has really moved the clock even with the passes, they were able to complete the majority of them, which once they set it up for the first down, then gets the clock running again.
So second down for the West, and looks like the guys have rounded up a player, and we'll get to him here in just a second. Oh, there's Ingalls of Gerber, or Gerber of Ingalls, I should say, for the first down. And it looks like Aaron has Cass McMahon of Hope. Let's go to Aaron now. Aaron?
That's right, John. Down here with Cass, and kind of nice having your own quarterback out there tossing the ball to you, isn't it?
Yeah, sure is. Helps a lot.
Yeah, and they've been using you a lot, dumping off passes to you in the flats. You're a big guy, then you can shake off the safeties pretty easily.
I don't know about that, but yeah, I'm a big target, I guess. Got a lot of good quarterbacks out here.
All right, thanks a lot. Good luck to you.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, that's Cass McMahon of Hope, who has been a big weapon for Tanner Anderson of Hope on the East 2 squad, and that is the end of the third quarter. Your score, East 16 and West 8. Back for the fourth quarter, and we're underway as Cody Von Little of the West takes the ball on the quarterback keeper on the right side, and he'll have a nice gain on first down, bring up a second down and about 5. We're just getting started in the fourth quarter. East leading the West 16-8, but the West with the ball at the 39 of the East. So,
well, just a great quarter. Both teams with very impressive time-consuming drives. This is only the West's second possession of the second half. They had one long possession plus 2 plays, but they cashed in on it, and now they're trying to go back and get back into the tie ball game again.
Second down and 5 for the West. Cody Von Little of Victoria. Back to pass. Has some pressure, rolls, scrambles to the right side, and passes. Had a man at about the 27, a little bit low, and that was intended for number 34, Tanner Yost of Mineola. Flag on the play, and I was just going to say, that's in a vicinity about 2 yards back of the line of scrimmage. That's not a good place for a flag if you're an offense.
They had great pressure. Lane Bruce, especially from Margonia, was really putting the pressure on, and the quarterback was fortunate to be able to get rid of the ball for the incompletion, but because of the holding penalty, that's going to move the ball clear back to the 30-yard line. So pretty big loss of yardage on that. Fortunately get the down over, but it's going to be second down and about 16 yards now.
For the West, 11:08 to go in this ball game, 16-8 in favor of the East, in what has been a very entertaining ball game. Like Jay said, maybe not your typical 8-man game because not as much scoring, but some nice drives, but yet some big plays as well. Second down and 16. Von Little, handoff straight ahead. That's Gerber of Ingalls. And he falls forward. We always talk about that. The good backs do, but boy, he does. I mean,
yep.
You know, if he doesn't fall forward, that's probably only about a 1-yard gain.
And he has that great body lean that you just don't get knocked backwards off your heels. So even in a situation like that, where he really didn't have a lot of running room, he still picks up 3 yards, and more than anything else sets in the defense's mind that, okay, it might be second long, but that doesn't guarantee that we're going to pass the ball, and that just hopefully can open things for you.
I'm just watching it. Big Chad Modlin of Rock Hills is at nose. Boy, he fills a gap, doesn't he?
Yeah, he really does.
Now a penalty.
I think that's probably going to be delay a game. Yes,
yeah,
that's what it is.
On the West.
So again, some confusion. The whole second half has been penalty-free up until now, but now here's 2 of them back-to-back, and that just keeps marching them in the wrong direction to be able to keep this drive going.
We mentioned Chad Modlin in there at nose for Rock Hills on the East 2 squad, and Cass McMahon of Hope been playing a lot of offense. He's in there at defensive end for the East 2 squad. So third down and 18 for the West. Back to pass. Von Little has him in. And he caught it. A diving catch. It's complete for a first down at the 27-yard line. That's number 34 for the West, Tanner Yost of Mineola. We've said his name a few times today.
That's the second time we've seen him really stretch out. The quarterback not able to really step into it well, just really put it up there, but he stretched out and was able to come down with it. and then as he did earlier, able to shield his body around it so that after the catch, when he makes contact with the ground, it doesn't come loose.
1st and 10 for the West at the 27 of the East. So what a ball game. 10 minutes to go, 16-8 East, but the West is moving. Von Linnell. Handoff straight ahead. Boy, nothing there. The East really snuffed out that play. That was Jared Pfeiffer on the carry, and the East right in there for a loss.
Yeah, Travis Davian from Palco was right there to shut it down. Actually a 2-yard loss on the play. So the East continuing to do well against the run, but as happened a couple times in that first half, they're being hurt a little bit by the pass, but they're still, for the most part, keeping the West out of the end zone.
2nd down and 12 for the West. 9:24 to go in the ball game. East with a 16-8 lead. Von Linnell keeps it himself after faking it to the fullback, Gerber. And boy, just nothing there. Probably lost one.
Matt Coombs again. Boy, he has been probably the defensive stalwart in this contest. Right there to come up with a hit and force another loss. We're clear back now to a 3rd and 13.
Right. 3rd down and 13 to go for the West. Ball at the 30-yard line of the East with 8:45 to go in this contest.
Travis Badger and Matt Coombs have both played really well defensively for the East today.
Back to pass is Von Linnell. Scrambles to his right, puts one up, and almost picked off. And again, that was a situation where Tanner Yost kind of ended up being a defensive back because he had 2 guys around him.
In fact, he kind of got away with a little bit of a push right there, and Anderson was trying to call that to the officials' attention. But same thing, they had 2 defenders back there. Ball kind of thrown up for grabs. When you've thrown it to a receiver who comes up with big catches, you're willing to take that risk, and sure enough, he did. Yost not able to come up with the catch, but able to keep it from being an interception. So they still have a 4th down play here from the 30-yard line.
So 4th down and 13 to go for the West. Ball at the 30-yard line. They need to get down to about the 17-yard line. Von Linnell back to pass. Rolls to his right. Has time. The pass incomplete, and there is Nick Pounds with another big play as Pounds got a hand in there and knocks it away from Gerber of Ingles.
I tell you what, Gerber running loose in the secondary has got to be a scary sight, but Pounds was right there, not really allowing any room for the completion. East holds, and they take over on the 30-yard line. Nice defensive stand.
Well, when I interviewed Pounds, when I talked to Nick and I talked to Coach Weatherman, Coach Weatherman said that Nick had been their senior defensive leader this year, and that's pretty evident by watching him play today. 1st and 10 for the East. Running right side, Craig Simon of Argonia on the reverse, and he's thrown for a loss. And there are about 3 defenders there for the West. Jacob Lease of Fowler leading the way.
A lot of times you see those reverses. Those aren't the same look up a defender type of running back mentality. And sure enough, right there, he one-on-one, and he was looking to pick up some big yards. And that West defense flew to the ball very well and was able to throw him for about a 5.5-yard loss. But, had that been the running back from Ingles, he would have looked at as a good situation. One defender, I can run him over.
All right. 2nd down. It looks like the guys have rounded up a player here, and we'll get it down to Aaron and Mike. Here's the pass on the sideline to McMahon of Hope. He's out of bounds at the 30. What a play. Nice floater pass there by Anderson to his teammate McMahon of Hope. And now let's go to the sidelines as Aaron has rounded up Nick Pounds of Sylvan. Aaron?
Yeah, John, here with Nick, and you guys' defense is getting it done for you guys today.
Yeah, we're pretty jacked up about this. We want this bad.
And what's it like guarding some of those trees that got out running routes against you?
They're huge. They're huge and got wheels.
Yep. You just got to use your foot speed to keep up with them, huh?
Yep.
Oh, I love that description. Those receivers are huge and they got wheels. Here's the handoff straight ahead for the East, a short gain. They've got it to the 30-yard line. That was Aaron with Nick Pounds of Sylvan, a guy that's had a nice game today for the East.
That last pass play was just superb as Anderson rolls out. Not really much there. His teammate receiver was pretty well covered, but he could see the field was open, and he just motioned him on down the field, and then just as you said, threw a nice floater that he could catch, picked up the first down. Now they're in the West territory.
All right, second down, and this is Adam Falcon. Keeps it himself, has a couple yards.
Falcon, the ball carrier, no gain on the play.
6:54 to go in the ball game. It's 16-8 in favor of the East, and they have the football at the 30-yard line of the West.
West continuing to do a good job against the run. Both teams have all day today, but Adam with really nowhere to go finally got through the line, but was stopped by the linebacker for just another 1-yard gain. Tanner
Anderson of Hope in the shotgun. Fakes it. Now he'll take off with it. Thought about throwing again at the 25. And I don't know if he was past the line of scrimmage when he made that fake or not. Maybe that was just to get it by himself a couple of yards. But a good gain there. It'll be fourth down at about 3.
Good pressure by the defense to force him out of the pocket. And then, as you said, did that little pump fake that kind of got a defender to hesitate. Was able to take it on down. Didn't get the first down, but he's got a very makeable fourth down situation here from about the 23-yard line.
Fourth down and 3. Anderson of Hope, the quarterback. They're in the spread formation. This is the Sylvan spread. And he'll keep it himself, Will Anderson of Hope, and he's down to the 20-yard line. And somebody, is that Maudlin? Chad Maudlin, somebody lost his jersey. That's got to be Maudlin. Yeah.
That is.
I don't know. His jersey is off. I don't know what happened down there.
Well, he made a great block on that previous one to get it down to that fourth and short. And he's just, like you said, he loves to play football, and he shows it. He's just enthusiastic as can be.
I've never seen a player block himself out of his own jersey. But first and 10 for the East at the 20-yard line. This is Falcon. Adam Falcon takes the handoff from the other quarterback, Tanner Anderson of Hope. So like we said, they're using Anderson and Falcon, such good athletes. They're quarterbacks in different positions.
Well, and by having both quarterbacks on the field, that's got to be a little bit unsettling for the defense, because you never know when a handoff to the other quarterback is going to result in a pass as well.
Right, doesn't have to be a run, that's for sure. Second down and 5. The ball at the 15. East with a 16-8 lead. Here's Anderson of Hope around left side. He's got a 5-yard gain and a first down. And now, when you look at the clock, Jay, with 4:56 to go in the ball game, East with an 8-point lead. And now they're starting to knock at the door. They're at the 10-yard line with already a 1-possession lead.
They've already got that full 1 possession with the extra point. And plus, the West doesn't have the football with this nice, long, time-consuming drive. So good offensive execution by the East.
Out of the shotgun, Tanner Anderson of Hope gives to Falcon of Sylvan, and he is thrown down there by Tim McElroy of Logan.
Tim's a big track athlete as well. He's a big kid, 6'1", 270. He's the heaviest kid in either ball game, and he was right there to shut that run down. Loss on the play of about 4 yards. So. Second and goal, but it's clear out now to the 13.
4:20 to go in the game. East leading the West 16-8, and a second down and 13 for the East. Here's the pass on the right side, incomplete to number 87, Dylan Stevie of Axtell. I don't think that would have been a lateral. I think that was a forward pass. It was real close, but the ball went out of bounds, so the defenders couldn't really go after it.
Yeah, they ruled it incomplete.
Okay, so Aaron says it was a forward pass. So.
But you're right, it was right down the line.
I don't know if Aaron knows what he's talking about, but he's standing by Coach Melby, and he does. So. No, Aaron ruled that a forward pass for us.
Well, the officials probably looked at him for help,
There you go. Third down and 13 for the West. Out of the shotgun, here's the shuttle pass. This is Reineke. He's inside the 5 and knocked out at about the 3.
That center screen twice as a shuttle pass, one is just a regular overhand pass, has been very effective for the East. They've got 2 touchdowns off of it, and that time regained some valuable yards, picked up 10 yards on the play. So fourth and goal from the 3.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, the clock did stop because he went out of bounds, but nice drive by the East to get it down in deep territory on the West.
And a timeout on the field. We'll step aside too. 4:06 to go in the ball game. East leading the West 16-8. 8 in this Kansas 8-man All-Star football game, the 8-man 2 division game. 16-8 East. We'll have more action from Trojan Field and Beloit after this timeout. The 8-man 2 Kansas 8-man All-Star football game. The East leading the West 16-8 with 4:06 to go in the ball game, and this is a huge play. Fourth down and 3. The East knocking at the door. They have an 8-point lead, and it's pretty vital to the West that they stop this.
You know, this is the 12th play of the drive.
Out of the shotgun, Tanner Anderson of Hope throws it in the end zone. Picked off by number 7 for the West, Andrew Starnes of Brewster. He's almost to midfield and knocked out of bounds to somewhere around the 35, and what a big play for the West.
And it was a well-designed play in that they were running a slant in and then swinging a receiver around on the outside, and the defender, Starnes, read that quarterback's eyes perfectly, stepped right in front on what looked to be a touchdown pass, and takes it from a very tenuous situation for the West, about to give up a clinching touchdown, and instead they're clear out at the 33-yard line. Great play by Starnes for the West.
Well, I'm going to correct myself. Actually, that was Jeremiah Williams of Haviland that caught that. Starnes was right there with him, but Jeremiah Williams of Haviland was the one that got that pick.
Oh, okay. I thought it was number 7 also. So.
Yeah, I did too. Well, 4 and 7 were right there. So now 1st and 10 for the West. Here's the pass. It's picked off. This time by Nick Pounds of Sylvan. Oh my! And we just had Nick on the interviews, and he'd been a big part of this game defensively, and Nick gets the pick.
Boy, that was again defensive pressure. Matt Coombs from St. Paul right there in the quarterback's face, made him throw it jumping backwards, so he didn't get a lot on the ball, and Nick read it the whole way. Pounds was on that like ugly on an ape, I don't mind telling you, and he picked that off, was able to bring it back for about a 8-yard return, but more importantly, return the ball back to the East squad.
So 1st and 10 for the East with 3:49 to go in the contest. Here's the pitch to actually the shotgun snap to Anderson of Hope. He'll take it up the middle and have a 5-6 yard gain.
Tanner Anderson.
So now the East looking to run some clock off here with a 8-point lead. They were knocking at the door, and the big interception by the West. And now an interception by Nick Pounds of Sylvan for the East. Boy, Nick has had a nice game defensively, hasn't he?
He really has.
Now Adam Falcon in there. I think we'll see the option.
I think there's going to keep that ball on the ground.
And there we go. There's Adam taking off and gets knocked out of bounds.
Chad Maudlin with two good blocks, 2 different players. Had a great block at the initial point of contact, and then after that kid was incapacitated, here comes another defender, so Adam decided he'd take him out of there as well, or Chad.
I would not want to get in Chad Maudlin's way.
Well, he just likes hitting people. I mean, you can just tell by looking at him. I think he's going to be a good fit for Hastings.
Well, Maudlin's going to Butler. Badgers going to Hastings,
right,
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but
well, I think they both can see some playing time.
Yeah, and on 3rd down, here's Falcon. Oh, I think he's a little bit short. On the carry, Adam Falcon of Sylvan, but with 4th and short at the 29, you're going to go for it.
Yeah, 4th and a long one here, but in the meantime, because they've all been runs, the clock continues to move, and we're down inside 2.5. And big play for the West. If they want to stay in the contest, they've got to come up with a stop.
So 4th and 1. Here's the East. Anderson of Hope gets the shotgun snap, and he's straight ahead for a 1st down. He will have a 1st down. 2:36 to go in the ball game. The East leading the West 16-8.
And big 1st down, picked up 2 yards on that carry. So new set of 4 downs, and with the clock down to 2:36, that's going to be big because they'll be able to take a lot of that time off now, providing they don't have a turnover.
2:30 to go in the ball game. The East leading the West 16-8. It's been an entertaining game all morning here. Out of the shotgun is Tanner Anderson of Hope. A little reverse on the right side to Falcon of Sylvan, but boy, he's caught up there. Nice job by the defense. Levi Homeyer of Wilson in there.
Stop by number 20, Levi Homeyer.
Wilson's always been an 8-man team that just really sticks you when they hit you, and Homeyer's no exception to that at all.
Coached by Tony Brokish over there. We've We've had a chance to talk with Tony's been a part of this 8-man All-Star game. He's coached in this. There's a timeout on the field. It's do or die time for the West. They have got to stop this drive and not allow a first down.
They can't allow a first down at all, and have to use their timeouts very judiciously to try and conserve as much time as they can.
Adam Falcon, the more running-oriented option quarterback in there, takes the snap, goes to his left, and is knocked out of bounds after a gain of about 3, so it's going to be 3rd and about 10. Well, actually, they're not going to give him. Let's see where they end up spotting it. They didn't give him very much. I thought he got a little bit further ahead. Well, they keep moving it forward. It's going to be 3rd down and about 11.
Nice job by Andrew Starnes from Brewster, in that he made the hit, and instead of just taking him straight to the ground, let him get a little bit more forward progress, which took him out of bounds and stopped the clock.
Now the passing quarterback in there, Anderson of Hope, but he'll run straight up the gut inside the 25. So now the East is going to have a 4th down at about 8. And timeout. We'll step aside this time with 2:05 to go in the ball game. East leading the West 16-8. This is KVSV, but FM in Beloit, Kansas, the exclusive home of the 22nd annual Kansas 8-man All-Star football games. And we'll have the 8-man one game after this one. Pregame at 1:30, kickoff at 2. 4th down and 7 for the East. This could be the ball game for the West, Jay.
Yeah, they have to come up with the stop if they want to have a shot at coming back to tie.
Out of the shotgun is Falcon, rolls to his left, and he's going to get stopped. The West is going to be able to hold them on downs, and they'll get the ball back with less than 2 minutes to go, but plenty of time, because they're going to have the ball at about their own 22-yard line with about 2 minutes to go in this one.
I think they're probably out of timeouts by now. They might have one left, but no more than that, so they'll have to do it by getting the clock stopped on first downs, getting the ball out of bounds when the opportunity presents itself. And they've got 58 yards to go to try and pick it up.
So 1st and 10 for the West. Cody Von Little of Victoria. And a flag thrown before we even get going here.
Well, I think there's 9 guys on the team on the field again.
I was going to say, I thought I just 2, 4, 6, 8. Did somebody not get off?
Well, there's 3 in the middle, though. There they go.
Oh, gosh. There
9 guys.
Boy, you just can't get anything past an old math teacher, folks.
Well, I could see 8 players, but one of them had 4 legs, and I knew right there something's not right here.
Well, that's easy to do, but some of these guys, Maudlin's so big that, I could see where you might think he's 2 guys.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, 1st and 10 for the West, or 1st and 15, I should say, for the West. They're at their own 17-yard line. Back to pass, Von Little. He'll scramble to his left, eludes the pressure, puts it out there, caught! What a catch by big number 70 of the West. That's Tim McElroy of Logan. He kind of an outstretched dive, and he's going to have the ball inside midfield at the 39-yard line. What an athletic play of a big player.
Here he is, a huge player, 270 pounds, and had defenders all around him, and he still has the hands. But it just shows the athleticism of these kids. They may be a lineman, but they're not one bit of aversion to throwing to these kids, and he comes up with a big first down catch, and more importantly, takes it into the East Territory, so they're still alive.
What a catch that was. 1st and 10 for the West. They have the ball at the East 39-yard line. 1:51 to go in the contest. Von Little of Victoria. Back to pass. Pretty good blocking. It's picked off. It's picked off by Tanner Anderson of Hope.
His 3rd interception of the day, and again, it was the defensive pressure on the other end of the field. Adam Badger from Rock Hills right in that quarterback's face and made him throw it going backwards where he can't get anything on it, so the pass was well short. And Anderson right there to pick it off, and that probably will take the West out of the ball game with just 1:42 to go.
1:42 to go, and that's a good point, because even though it looked like he had time, there was enough pressure there to make him move and not getting the throw he wanted to off.
Couldn't step into the throw, and that almost always will result in the pass being short.
Here's Zach Falcon of Sylvan at quarterback. He'll run the ball to his right. Coach is probably saying, stay in the middle of the field.
That's right. Don't go out of bounds.
About a 9-yard gain for Falcon of Sylvan and the East 2 squad. West must have had one more. Let's see. They called timeout. They must have had one more. Oh, that was the first down. That's what it was. Okay.
And that Falcon not only was able to stay inside in the live field of play, but pick up the first down as well.
So that'll bring up 1st and 10. 1:29 to go, and it looks like Aaron has a player rounded up for the East. Adam Badger of Rock Hills. Let's send it down to Aaron, and he'll visit with Adam.
All right, thanks, John. Yeah, I'm here with Adam. And defense, how huge has you guys' defense been today?
Oh, it's been awesome. We've been putting up many stops. We got, I don't know how many interceptions off these guys. Our pressure on the quarterback's great. It's just, oh, it's awesome. It's so fun to be here.
And the statement you made to me before we started talking is, what did you say about defense?
Defense is where it's at. That's where it's all at.
He said, I love defense.
Yeah, I do. That's the place to be.
All right, thanks a lot. Good luck to you.
Yep, thank you.
All right, you heard it, Jay. Defense is where it's at. That's Adam Badger of Rock Hills, and another first down run for the East 2. Now they have the ball inside West territory at the 36-yard line with 37 seconds to go.
Now, most of these guys really like defense because there's not near the restrictions. You can just run around and hit people, and it's totally legal.
And here's Falcon, the quarterback keeper, and now that takes it down to 22 seconds. Okay, the West had one more timeout.
That one play where they forced the runner out of bounds, conserved that one extra timeout, but it's really a moot point barring a turnover.
So on second down, that's exactly what Adam Falcon does, and that's going to be the ball game. There's 15 seconds to go, but they won't have to do another snap. So your final score in the 8-man 2 Kansas 8-man All-Star football game will be the East 16 and the West 8. A defensive struggle, some nice big plays, and boy, a lot of big plays on defense too.
Oh, they were. Both teams played very well on defense. Did a great job of stopping the run all day long for both sides. Both teams able to pick up some yards through the air, but they had some great pressure on the quarterback and came away with some huge interceptions that eventually turned the tide in the contest.
All right, looks like Aaron has rounded up Big Chad Mondlin of Rock Hills. Aaron, we'll send it down to you.
All right, thanks, John. I always make it a point to try to interview the biggest guy on the field, but you guys, you did a nice job there holding down that line and just going out there and roughing people up. Your defense was awesome tonight, and just talk about the game a little bit for me.
Oh, it was a hard-hitting, low-scoring game, just turnovers here and there, and just fun game playing.
Yeah, it's the kind of game a big guy like you likes to play and, you know, go out there and just bang around.
Oh, yeah, that's always the type of dream for any big man. Just go in and have some fun in the line.
All right, thanks a lot. Good luck to you. Thanks.
It's Chad Mondlin of Rock Hills. Chad's going to be playing some football this fall at Butler. All right, Aaron has rounded up one of the coaches for the West. Aaron, we'll send it down to you.
Yeah, John, here with Jason Fawcett. And, you know, tough battle for you guys. You probably got to feel penalties hurt you a little bit.
Yeah, we made a few middle mistakes that really hurt us. But I thought overall we played pretty well. It was a close match from both teams.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where just as soon as you guys would be knocking at the door, they'd come up with a pick or a big defensive stand, and it seemed like defense was kind of the theme today.
You know, going into this, both teams, we thought it would be definitely an offensive battle. We would like to throw it around a lot, and Coach Weatherby, I really thought he'd throw it around more than they did, and I was really worried about the pass. We only have 2 safeties on the whole team because we had some kids that couldn't show up, and both my safeties were hurt. One of them had a groin injury, and the other had a hurt finger, so I was really worried about that, but the kids played very well covering the pass. I just thought it was a good, hard battle by both sides. It was a good game.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach.
Coach Weatherman using that center screen to his advantage and came away with some huge plays for the winning scores.
Well, I'll tell you what, maybe Aaron can ask Coach Weatherman about that center screen, because that's who he has with him, the victorious head coach of the East 2, Mike Weatherman. Let's send it down to Aaron.
All right, thanks a lot, John. And I am here with Coach Weatherman. And Jay up in the box had just talked about that center screen and how big that was for you in the first half.
Yeah, we actually had 2 plays that were huge in this game. Is that one was a fullback screen, and then we also ran that shovel pass. Those 2 plays were huge for us.
Yeah, and when you have defenses that played as well as both defenses did today, and maybe a little bit over-aggressive at times, and you guys picked the right spots and caught them.
That's right, because we knew they was going to try to come, and we thought we could sucker them in, and we did both times, and they came out good for us. I thought those 2 plays, and the kids had ran those 2 plays in practice all week really well.
And talk about your defense a little bit.
Our defense, you know, we kind of was worried earlier in the week, but every day they got better trying to learn our system, and they just kept playing and playing and playing. They had some huge plays today, especially on the pass defense, and we kept pressure on the quarterback all day. I thought they did a really good job.
Word on the sidelines is I believe it was Anderson, one of your safeties, had 3 picks today. I think he broke the record.
Yeah, we was talking about that. Someone said it's Tanner had to set the record. You know, 3 picks in a game's huge, especially in an All-Star game. He was doing a good job. I knew what kind of safety he was. I want him just as much for that position as I did for quarterback when I picked him.
Yeah, and you guys ran a lot of different sets out of the backfield. You had several different guys toss the ball out of the backfield.
Yeah, we alternated a lot of kids back there playing. Adam, Tanner, and Craig. And Adam went to jet back some. We got the ball around. We would have liked to probably got the ball to cast just a little bit more, but they started double teaming him, so we wasn't able to do that. But as long as we was able to run out of our spread, that's what we wanted to do anyway.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. Congratulations.
Okay, thank you.
And that's Coach Mike Weatherman of the victorious East 2 squad here as the East pull off the 16-8 victory. We're bringing in our coach, Don Melby from Pike Valley, been with our crew forever. And Don, just thought I'd get your take on the game.
A lot of times you think about a low-scoring game, it's kind of a boring ho-hum you're just watching, but that was a good ball game. Both teams played fairly well. I thought they were pretty evenly matched, and the defense made some good adjustments. Offense made good adjustments. I thought the East squad mixed their run and pass a little bit better with Anderson back there in the second half, and that took a key away, I think, a little bit. It's nice to see all the kids play well and everybody have a good time, and I think anybody played in this game should come away feeling well. It'll take a little while for the West because I'm sure they'll be disappointed, but you know, good effort by everybody.
Yeah, good ball game. So that's going to do it for our coverage from the 8-man 2 game. Our final score, the East over the West today, 16-8 in the 8-man 2 Kansas 8-man All-Star football game.